Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in nature, baby. Beautiful day, birds everywhere. 10 stories keeping you a prisoner of your mind. Let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So I'm up in the hills, I'm talking to a good friend, and we're talking about how stories govern our entire lives. Like we create these stories in our minds, which may not actually be true, but they are running the show, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers, what is up? We got a whole lot to talk about. I'm going to share with you what's helped me along my journey. 10 stories that are keeping you a prisoner of your mind, how to break free, because that's what it's all about. Being liberated from these stories, these limiting beliefs. It's all BS belief systems. And if you leave it too long, these false belief systems become stories which don't serve us. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that, right? So the first story you might be running in your mind that is keeping you a prisoner is this one. This is such a common one. Ralph, what is it? Everybody is against me. The entire world is against me. Doors are closing right in my face and it's terrible. Do you say that? Do you feel everybody is plotting against you? Do you feel all the odds are against you? Do you feel life is against you? Don't tell me you feel the cat down the road is against you too. Oh, it is? Really? Gosh, it's not looking good, right? You see, I used to feel that way too. It's me against the world. But what I realized is that resistance makes stronger. Whatever you are fighting, you are giving power to. That was a story which was not serving me, because I thought the harder I fought, it would be better. I only made it worse because I was feeding the beast. Slow motion this side. You see, sometimes when you feel people are plotting against you, the system is against you, the matrix is against me, Ralph, you forget that you are a powerful co-creator who can create a whole new reality. You are an architect. You are an architect of your reality. So once I drop that story, I feel 10 pounds lighter. I didn't feel like a victim anymore. The problem with feeling like a victim is that it puts you in an arrested state of development. Now you're like, well, I'm a victim. I've got this label. Well, I'm not going to do anything about my condition. I had to remove that label and say, actually, no, I'm not a victim. I am a participator in creating this beautiful new reality for myself. Nobody is plotting against me but myself, my mind, my limited beliefs. So what did I do? Back in the day when I was like, oh my gosh, the whole world is against me. It's like everybody wants to see me fail, except the cat down the road. I said, no, I'm going to change that belief, because it's all BS belief systems, and say the whole world is working in my favor. Like every single day, I know I'm going to be rich forever. I'm going to be rich forever. It's going to be incredible. It already is, because I realize the whole universe is working in my favor. March 3rd, 3-3 transformation is all happening right now. We ain't even had breakfast yet. That's the mind I think with. Everybody loves infinite waters. That's the mind I think with. Because if you're here, if you're watching, I don't know what you're watching for. Unless you're a deep diver, then you're welcome. Come home, put your feet up. I'm not going to give you a massage, no, but it's family, right? So I always see people that they are working in my favor because we are all helping each other become our greatest versions, right? So I'm not walking around with paranoia. Oh, the world is against me. I don't know what to do right now. I'm walking around with pronoia. When you want something, the whole universe conspires to help you get it. Powerful line in the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Powerful line in Feel Alive by Ralph Smart, let love guide you, not fear. Right? So I dropped that story and then I adopted the story that no, everybody is working in my favor. Circumstances are working in my favor. And I will always prosper. Oh, I will always prosper. Oh, I will always prosper. Because I am infinite. What is the second story keeping you a prisoner of your mind? You see, a lot of people walk around with this belief system, this very limiting belief system, this story in their mind, which ends up creating their reality. Life is a struggle. Life has to be hard. You gotta grind, Ralph. It's blood, sweat, and tears. Don't worry about it. I used to feel the same way. You have to grind. You have to hustle. If you're not sweating every single day, if there aren't tears every single day, if there isn't blood every single day, then, well, you're not working hard enough. We got to get you back to work, right? Grind. Work hard. That's what you were told in school. But the more you awaken to the truth of who you are, you realize most of what you were taught in school was a big fat lie. Sorry I had to break it to you. Sorry I had to break it to you. Okay, so I started to realize, no, you don't have to work hard. It's what I call mastering the art of effortless living. And that's what I'm doing every single day. Being in this beautiful process of inspiring millions of people, I'm like, I don't want to work hard. I don't have to work hard because I didn't come here to work hard. I came here to be flexible. Oh, I came here to be free. Oh, I came here to make it easier to live, because that's what evolution is about. I've been playing the guitar for over 15 years. And when I first started, it was very hard because I thought it had to be hard. As time went on, it became easier. I've been making videos for a little while. When I first started, it was very hard. Now it's like a, walk in the park. And we ain't even had breakfast yet, right? Because that's how life should be. Anything that is too hard, it shows that you still have a lot to master. The more you begin to master that activity, it will become easier. So I never have the mindset that, I got to work 60 hours a week. I don't work. I got a lifestyle of infinite abundance. I don't work. I have a lifestyle of infinite abundance for the rest of my entire life. Better believe it. Pisces intuition, right? Pisces intuition, right? So I dropped that story and said, no, life does not have to be hard. Though life is complicated, life is only what you make it to be. Slow motion this side. You see, the universe creates what your mind expects. If you expect a hard life, you are going to get a hard life. If you expect an easy life, well, you'll get an easy life. Whatever you want, you will receive, right? So that's very empowering. What is the third story you may be running, keeping you a prisoner of your mind? Talk to me, Ralph. I can't make it happen. I can't make it happen. My dream will never come true. I don't have the money to make it happen, Ralph. I don't have the equipment to make it happen, Ralph. It's just not going to happen for me, Ralph. Right? A whole lot of excuses. So it's all BS, belief systems. Don't worry. I'm not a stranger to them. I used to say, I don't have the equipment to make videos. Then I realized actually my phone has a camera. Well, put it away. I need another excuse. I'm always busy. No, you're not, Ralph, because you got a day off sometimes, right? This was back in the day. Oh, I gotta go and see my auntie. She's not in today, Ralph. Eventually it's gonna come back and bite you in the bum. A lot of excuses will keep you in a state of arrested development. The story, I can't make a living doing what I love. I meet people time and time again, Ralph, I want to inspire millions of people like you on YouTube in a different way, but it's just too hard. So I'm staying in a job I absolutely hate because I just don't think it's possible. Like, too many people are doing it, Ralph. Really? Really? No, they're not. But that's a belief, and that's a story not serving you. You see, stories can empower you, or they can crush your confidence. And we are all creating stories anyway. So therefore, you have to make sure you choose the most empowering story there is. Slow motion this side. I said I can absolutely make a living doing what I love. And guess what? That is what I am doing. Maybe because I'm a psychic Pisces, who knows? But I just knew that it was possible. So you can, once I drop that self-limiting belief, that story which wasn't serving me, I said I can make a living doing what I love. But it's not going to happen by itself, okay? Action, what I call radical action, will make the dream a reality. So always give yourself a chance, give yourself an opportunity, at least have a go. Because many times we haven't even tried yet and we're like, I can't make a living doing what I love right now, Ralph, but I haven't even tried it. It could work, but then again, it might not. Okay? So realize today, you have to try. You have to make an effort. You have to give it a go. Don't always be a victim of circumstance in a state of arrested development saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. You see, the more you say, I can't, you are adding to the story. Just like a beautiful painting, you are adding to that painting. And now it's looking like a monster. What is that? Nobody knows. You can. Now you are creating a whole new painting. And now through visualization, it becomes possible. Can I get a hello there? So I dropped that belief and adopted the one that this life can be anything, and I mean anything you want. Okay, that's more empowering. What is the fourth story? Keeping you a prisoner of your mind. Now, what's helped me along my journey, beautiful deep divers, is this. I had a story running in my subconscious mind, which was this. Ralph, what's up? I'm talking to myself right now. The conversation went like, Ralph, the world is a really bad place. Terrible things are happening on this planet. You don't want to be here. What's the point of anything? Just like, don't even try to do anything because the whole world is going to hell right now. Not so inspiring, right? You see, a lot of us are running this story. Spiritus, spiritus, a Latin word, breath. Okay, so inspiration means, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, basically. The inhalation of air. That's how you get inspired, from within, not from without. So the old story I was running was, oh, because I'm seeing the news, the world must be a bad place. I wasn't feeling inspired until I went on the journey within and got the inspiration, because inspiration, the greatest inspiration the greatest inspiration will come from inside of yourself, okay? And that's how to start changing that limiting story to a more infinite, expansive story, that actually the world is not a bad place. There are many, many beautiful things happening every single day. The cat down the road, for one, is smiling again, right? So what's helped me to do this in a very, very practical way is to find 3 pieces of news, good news every single day. So it could be that one of your friends has had a baby. Maybe you just hear a great story of triumph from someone who has overcome something, maybe an illness. Maybe you've seen a massive weight transformation in someone, or they're eating better now, right? 3 pieces of good news. Okay, and then you start to realize that old program running in your subconscious mind that the world is a bad place has been your biggest setback in preventing you from becoming your greatest version. And how to become your greatest version is to find 3 pieces of good news. So you start changing the painting on the canvas. Slow motion this side. You see, our thoughts create the story. And if you are always thinking about things which aren't serving you, you are creating a very fearful story. Okay, to create a more empowering story, it's time to start changing what I call the mindscape, by changing your thoughts to change your world, to realize that what we think, we become. You live in the world you are thinking of. How empowering is that? What is the 5th story? The 5th story, keeping you a prisoner of your mind. Now, what's helped me along my journey, 7-Day Vegan Challenge, I used to run this story because a lot of people say, Ralph, I started doing the 7-Day Vegan Challenge, I love it, and I stopped. Okay, but a lot of people continued and they're like, I love it too, right? I didn't stop. You got to eat according to your body. Know what your body wants, know what it needs. I'm not going to judge you for eating this or eating that. That's up to you. But what you have to realize is that a lot of us have an old belief. It's all BS, belief systems that, hey, my parents ate this, my grandparents ate this, therefore I have to eat this, right? You believe that what you're eating is predetermined based on your genetic ancestry. You believe what you are eating, what you have to eat, is based on your genetic ancestry. Now, that's predeterminism, okay? That has a lot to do with Darwinism, Newtonian physics, that we're living in a predetermined universe, a very mechanical universe, a very set in stone universe. And when it comes to the 7-Day Vegan Challenge, when it comes to realizing health is wealth, I always remind myself of the great work of Dr. Bruce Lipton, right? He's come on Infinite Waters. We've had a great chat. He talks about the biology of belief. This is the science of epigenetics, how our perception can alter our DNA. Let's just take a moment of silence. Wow, right? So I started to realize, actually, I don't have to eat processed meats because maybe someone in my family did. I don't have to do that. I can make a whole new timeline for myself and basically eat a plant-based diet and change my whole DNA. It's going to take some time. I've been a vegan for over 13 years. In the beginning, it was very difficult to let go of processed meats and a lot of mucus forming dairy. But afterwards, I didn't look back, okay? Because I realized that it's all about epigenetics. Our perception can alter our DNA, right? And over time, one step at a time, you will find that you will be eating foods that will nourish your soul, body, and mind, a more healthier plant-based diet. And you're eating your fruit, your veg, your blueberries, high in antioxidants, acai, 500 times more powerful in the antioxidant area than blueberries. So that's another excuse to go to Brazil, obviously, right? But I said, no, I don't have to eat what other people ate before me. if it wasn't serving them and it's not serving me. I can change that. I can start eating what will serve me. I can start feeling better, because you got to eat better to feel better. Okay, and that's what I've done, and that's why I'm waking up with beautiful rainbow smoothies. Oh, that's so beautiful, Ralph, right? Strawberries, bit of orange, right? Bit of beetroot. Oh, it goes on and on and on. What is the sixth story? Keeping you a prisoner of your mind. Become your greatest version. Let's just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So I'm in the hills, I'm in Topanga, talking to a good friend yesterday, and amazing. We were talking about how she went to a conference, okay? She's got a big family there, right? But she went with her son to a conference, okay? And it was a workshop as well. And they learned how life has no meaning, and we are a meaning machine. And I'm like, yes, that's what I also talk about, okay? Even what they talk about in logotherapy, that ultimately life has no meaning. We give it meaning, okay? And therefore, a lot of us, we have this story that life has no meaning. So there's no point. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to become my greatest version, because everything is so random and there is no point to anything. Well, that is very self-defeatist. What I love to do is, once again, remind myself that I give meaning to life. You see, it's what they talk about in the Tao or Buddhism or many ancient Kemetic or ancient Egyptian cultures, that the universe is formless. Nothing has shape. However, we give form to it. We create buildings, chairs, and a bed for the cat down the road. We give the universe form, okay? Life has no meaning. I agree. But I give it meaning. I agree, right? Life is what you make it. Someone could find joy in putting their feet in puddles. That could be a great meaning for them. So it's all about finding meaning for what works for you. And everything is so subjective. It's so personal. What makes you happy could be just walking along the beach. It could be just listening to beautiful classical music. It could be just looking at your dog, and it could be anything. That's the meaning you give to life, and you've got to cherish it. So the old story was life has no meaning. There's no point. I'm not going to try anymore. Everything is bad. The new story is life has no meaning. Yes, but we are the meaning machine. We give life meaning. Slow motion this side. Goodness gracious, we are really diving deep, having fun, baby. What is the seventh story? Keeping you a prisoner of your mind. How to break free now. How to get liberated from that story now, because it's time for you to rise now. Okay? A lot of people say, Ralph, what is it? Nobody will love me. Look at me. I'm ugly. I've got corn on my feet. It's just not going to happen for me. Nobody wants me, Ralph. Okay? Now, that story right there is a story which a lot of people have to go through before their inner transformation. I've been a caterpillar. I used to say those exact same words. Okay? I'm worthless. Nobody wants me. Now, it's okay to express yourself like that, but realize you don't have to stay a caterpillar, because you're going to transform. You're going to experience the metamorphosis of becoming a beautiful butterfly. Now, what happens when you lose that story to say, actually, I am lovable, because I realize that there is nobody like me in the universe. I realize that I have a lot to offer. I realize that I have a lot to bring to the table nobody else does. And that is such an empowering feeling to have. You see, once I started to adopt that story and lose the other one, I'm like, actually, I love myself, therefore I am totally lovable. There are people who are going to love to be in my presence. A little story for you. There was a time when I was making videos a little while back, and I'm like, they love me. Wait, let me do this again. They love me. That's an empowering story. Is it true or not? A lot of people love me. Someone might not love me. But anyway, it's an empowering story. If I say, oh, everybody hates me, is it true or not? Could be, but then again, there are a lot of people who love you, but it's just not an empowering story to have, right? So at least if you're going to have a story, make sure it empowers you to become your greatest version, right? So I'm like, gosh, they love me. I'm so sexy. I'm too sexy for this palm tree, too sexy for the leaves. Yeah, I'm too sexy for me. Look, people love you once you start to love yourself, because once again, the world is nothing more than a reflection of you. Slow motion this side. What is the 8th story? Keeping you a prisoner of your mind. Baby. Now, in becoming your greatest version, I used to run this story that was, it didn't work for them. It's not going to work for me. So I'm going home right now. I'm packing my bags. I'm not going to even try to inspire millions of people because it didn't work out for them. They quit. Not an empowering story. Very disempowering. Now, what happened to me along my journey? I dropped that story, that BS, that belief system, and said, actually, just because it didn't happen for them, it doesn't mean it can't happen for me. Yes, isn't that better? Okay, because your journey is unique. Do you know how many times I've wanted to quit and give up? But the cat down the road kept me going, saying, Ralph, you got this. That's why I owe it my life, right? Getting emotional out here, right? If you're looking at other people's lives, you sometimes get stuck. And we do this through comparison. Comparison is the greatest thief of joy. So, to lose that story, oh, it didn't work for them, so it's not going to work for me. Realize that your journey is going to be different from theirs, and you have to respect your journey. You have to trust the process, that it's going to be totally different. Okay, but more so enjoy it every single step of the way and realize that you can't fail. Now, isn't that a more empowering story to have? That actually, just like in the Matrix, it's never been done before. And that's why it's gonna work. Slow motion this side for Neo. What is the 9th story? Keeping you a prisoner of your mind. We've got the birds up there having a great time out here. A lot of people say, it hasn't happened for me yet, Ralph, so it never will. Whoa, you said that pretty quick. I started YouTube, Ralph, but then I quit after a month because nobody was watching for me. And it's never gonna happen. It hasn't happened for me yet, Ralph. I was trying to study, but I just stopped. I was trying to start a business, but then just stopped because it got too hard. It hasn't happened for me yet, Ralph, but I got a big feeling it actually now never will because it's too late, right? Do you feel like you've missed the boat? I did for a long time. But that's a story, once again, not serving you. I've realized that time doesn't even exist. There is always enough time to become your greatest version. That's the greatest secret ever, right? So I realized actually, just because it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean it never will. It takes time, right? When I'm creating, I'm sharing, I'm taking my time, and it's taken time to even have over 1 million subscribers to live a life of infinite abundance. You got to respect the process. Life is not a sprint. Life is more like a marathon. And what's the 10th story? Baby. keeping you a prisoner of your mind. Many people will say this as a story, because it's all stories, interpretations, not reality, right? They will say this: Ralph, what's up? My life is harder than everybody else's. I've been through so much. My childhood was terrible. Everything, it was all on me. Like, I feel overwhelmed right now. Don't worry. I used to say the same thing, but then I realized that story wasn't serving me. I better let go of it real quick. And that's what I did. Because when you are repeating that story, once again, you are adding to that story, you are reinforcing that story every single day, it now actually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You now make your life the hardest out of all of your friends, right? Now, a more empowering story is this one. Check this out. My life has been hard, but it's no harder than anybody else's because I don't know everybody else's life. Isn't that more empowering? Isn't that more empowering, beautiful deep divers? Like, how can you know if your life is the hardest life on planet Earth, right? It's different. How about that? Why don't you just say, my life is hard. It's not harder than everybody else's. It's just different and unique because everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has been through some crazy stuff, okay? That's changed them forever. But it doesn't mean that your life is harder than everybody else's, okay? So, what's helped me along my journey, in a nutshell, is to realize this. Every single day, life is a package. Life is a package. Ups, downs, good, bad. But ultimately, life is formless, meaning we give it form. Life is meaningless, meaning we give it meaning. Life is full of contrast. We have to experience it. We have to experience it in its fullness, okay? So that has helped me become my greatest version. Everybody has been through something which has changed them. So have you. But it's all helping us become our greatest version. Sometimes the universe will send you the lessons you need, the greatest lessons you need for your greatest evolution, right? So there you have it, beautiful deep divers. 10 stories that are keeping you a prisoner of your mind and how to break free and be free. And then, well, just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in nature, baby. Beautiful day, this tropical oasis of bliss. Just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You. It's time to rewrite those stories and make new stories that actually serve you.